What up, YouTube? Denny in Saigon. My name's Denny. I'm an American, but I'm living here in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, which I affectionately refer to as Saigon. I just finished teaching. I'm up here in Go Bap District. I'm going back to my room in District 12, which is not too far away. And I'm gonna take an hour and relax, and then I'm gonna go teach again for the next for another 2 hours. This traffic here is not so bad. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, almost 5 o'clock, and could be a lot worse. This little area is not too bad. Some parts of town, it gets pretty hectic, especially in the evenings. The mornings and in the evenings, of course, and drive times, it gets crazy. Fortunately for me, it's not too bad where I have to go. If you come over here to live, you know, and you live in the city, you deal with traffic, you know. Sometimes they're going to throw you right into the lion's den, and it's best to pick and choose your jobs and stuff, and try to find one that suits you, one that you can get to easy enough. And you know, they could send you into the part of the city where it maybe takes you an hour or more to get to work, and you don't want to deal with that probably. I moved up here to District 12, so I live fairly close to where I work. I don't have to spend a lot of time driving. I used to do that. I used to drive all the way across the city and back every day. A lot of expats, they like to live in District 2 or District 1, which is across town from here. So I do also like District 2 and District 1 quite a bit. I like District 1. That's where Walking Street is. And there are so many foreigners in District 1. It's just mostly that's where the tourists are at, people from around the world. I really enjoyed that. I've had a good time living over here for the last 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years. I lived in Cambodia for a little while, and it wasn't too bad, but Cambodia is a little bit rougher. I'm getting along better in Vietnam than I ever did in Cambodia. This intersection here. See how I do this? Takes a little practice. Here's the police right here. Be careful. They will fish a little money out of your pocket if you ain't careful. I don't have a license, right? I never got a Vietnamese driver's license. There are ways you can get it, but to be honest with you, I've never needed it. Okay, I've been pulled over before. It's not really been a thing. I haven't really needed it, and I have an Indiana driver's license. However, I've actually lost it somewhere. I've lost it. It just fell out of my bag or something. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe I left it at the office where I got my passport, where I got my visa last time. I don't know. But it's gone. I can't find my driver's license from Indiana. And it's actually suspended anyways. They suspended my license while I was in Cambodia because I stopped paying support. And well, I'm catching that up. I've been catching up on my support, and I'm gonna get my license back. All is good. So far, so good. Hello. I like to go behind him. I didn't have a chance to go behind that guy. Sometimes, you know. One thing I love about Vietnam is the weather is consistent here. You know, it's nice and hot every day. Probably about 95 degrees. Feels great out. It's cold back where I'm from in Indiana. And I guess there was tornadoes in Alabama yesterday or the day before. That happens a lot in the West, you know, and back in the Midwest of the USA, the weather sucks real bad. I'm kind of left in this position where I'm trying to decide where I want to live. I'm going to marry my girlfriend here We don't know if we want to live in the USA or if we want to live in Vietnam. And we're contemplating everything now. I'm not positive I can even bring her to the USA. I would assume that eventually, if I get married, we can come to the USA. But if you're, if you're in Mexico, you can walk right across the border. It's no problem. But here, you're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to pay a lot of money to get in, and a lot of other stuff. A lot of appointments, a lot of paperwork. And then maybe, just maybe, they'll let you come in and stay. You know, it's one of my big problems with immigration. It was just a few days ago, man. The most disgusting story out of the UK. What was it? A 17-year-old girl stabbed in the park there, stabbed and killed. Because they do the same shit in the UK. They bring in a bunch of people from a bunch of shithole countries or crappy cultures who commit violence on the locals. It is crap. It's a bunch of crap. Because, you know what, I'm not against immigration. They can bring in people from a lot of good countries. You can bring in all the Vietnamese you want. You're probably never going to have any trouble out of them. You know? As far as I'm concerned, I'm American. They don't need to bring on any more people from Somalia. You can leave them there in Somalia, as far as I'm concerned. They're bringing them over and putting them in Congress. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? And I'm not against immigrants either. Not racist. Before you start thinking that crap, the lefties, they like to label everybody as a racist. Well, not me, pal. I'm not a racist. I love people. I'm just, I have common sense, man. I'm not one of these brain dead people who just go along with whatever they're selling. You know? They sell a lot of crap. A lot of people are buying too. I don't want every video that I make to turn into a bitch fest about the USA. It's just that I'm aware. You know, I'm aware of the things that are going on there more than some people. Maybe not more than everybody. I like to watch alternative news so that I can stay informed of things, but you know, they're trying to get rid of that as fast as they can. I did see a little bit of Alex Jones on Joe Rogan. That was entertaining, wasn't it? They asked Alex Jones, Joe Rogan asked Alex Jones, did we land on the moon? Land on the moon? I'll tell you one thing that makes me smarter than a lefty, folks. I know what I don't know. Okay? That makes me smarter than a lefty right off the bat, because they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. Okay? If you were there and you saw it with your own eyes, then maybe you could believe it. But if you weren't there, you can't know. You don't know. There's no way you can know. When they were landing on the moon, I wasn't around. I was not around. I wasn't there on the moon. Maybe you were. Maybe you were there. I wasn't there, so I have no clue if they landed on the moon or not. I guess I think they did. They probably did, but who knows? Who knows? What am I? I'm not omnipotent. I can't see everything all at once. Could they have just created a video in a studio and then sold it to the public as a moon landing? Yeah, sure. Sure. They could have. Of course. How would you know? You wouldn't know the difference. Okay? Was Obama born in Hawaii? I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't there. Who was there? Obama and his mama. His mama's not around. I haven't a clue whether Obama was born in Hawaii or not. But all the lefties will tell you damn straight up, Obama was born in Hawaii, and they know for a fact, because they were there. They smacked his ass when he was delivered, made him cry. They were all there. They're experts and they know. Could they have just made up a fake document and sold it to the public as a birth certificate and said, look, he was born in Hawaii? Yeah, of course, okay? This much I know. They could be selling you bullshit and lies in place of the truth. I know what I don't know. I'm gonna stop up here and get me another sugar cane. That sounds really good. You know, if you're counting on Bill Barr to come in there and start arresting all these deep staters, I wouldn't count on that if I were you. And I don't know what Bill Barr will do. I don't claim to know what he'll do. But I'll tell you one thing. I was reading about Bill Barr on Wikipedia and refreshing my memory. I was actually reading about Bill Clinton, and I caught this little tidbit. Do you remember when Bill Clinton came to town? If you're old enough to remember. There was a guy running the FBI by the name of Sessions. He was appointed by Bush. And when Bill Clinton came to town, just before Bill Clinton's inauguration, Bill Barr made some accusations against the sitting FBI director, allegations of impropriety. And that was the cover that Bill Clinton needed when he come to town. As soon as Bill Clinton was inaugurated, he got rid of Sessions and put in Louis Freeh in place of the FBI, and Louis Freeh sat in that job until Bill Clinton was gone. What does all that mean? I don't trust Bill Barr. I don't trust Bill Barr for a minute. And what will happen? Probably nothing. Okay, probably more of the same. That would be my guess. If he comes in there and starts busting balls, I'll be surprised. If he starts busting Trump's balls, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised a bit. But you can believe what you want. We'll find out, won't we? Come on. Thank you very much. Sugar cane. It's real good for you. Hold on just a minute here. I'll suck this down before I spill it. Ah, yeah. Can't get that in the USA. All right, let's see here. Hello. Here we go. You're very kind. If you're still watching my video, you're very, very kind to put up with my shenanigans. Got a drink in one hand and phone in the other. And school's getting out. Good kids. A lot of good kids in Vietnam. I love these kids. They're very sweet. They like to please the teacher, you know. They like to please their parents and their teachers and their elders and authority figures and stuff. And they're very polite, very friendly, and I really love these kids. It's been quite a pleasure to teach for them. I'm just going slowly here because you see how much is going on. There's so much going on in traffic. I'm looking right into the sun. Yeah, it's real easy living over here too, you know, and so I'm in contemplation here about whether I want to try to live in the West, take my wife over there and try to make a life in the USA. It's totally up in the air about what the future will be there, man. I mean, it could be two extreme opposites, really. And I'm kind of a pessimist, so I expect things to go bad. Hillary says she's not running. The big problem with that is Hillary's a liar. How would you know? She lies at least 50% of the time. You know? Hillary's not in a vacuum, you know. There's a lot of people who, I'm sure, advise her. She's not queen of the world, you know. Hillary, she's probably a very high witch in the secret societies of the world. You know, I'm sure she's way up there. But she's not running the world. There's people above her, and I'm sure they suggest, you know, what she should be doing. The Dems, they want to get rid of Trump in 2020, one way or another. One way or another. And I can tell you one thing about 2020. That election is going to be off the charts. It's going to be bigger than any election we've had so far. And you think there was cheating going on in the last election, I guarantee it's going to be even bigger next time. And keep an eye on technology. Keep an eye on the tech companies. Keep an eye on the companies that run the voting machines. The next election is going to be a big deal. And I can't say which way it'll go. Middle America is going to come out in record numbers and vote for Trump. But, you know, illegal immigrants and shit are going to come out in record numbers and vote for the devil. Or whoever. Barabbas, you know. Give us Barabbas. Doesn't matter. They'll vote for whoever. That's obvious. Look at Ocasio-Cortez. The Dems will vote for anybody under the sun. It absolutely doesn't matter. It could be Charles Manson. It could be Attila the Hun. It could be anybody. They will happily vote for him. Yeah, they don't get to vote here, folks. You know, Vietnam, people don't vote. And I got nothing to say about that. It's not my business. I appreciate my vote back in the West, but I know my vote's being stolen. You know, we do get to vote, but also the Dems will let somebody in and give away my vote to some foreigner. So, and not just the Dems. You know, to be honest with you, Republicans, there's a lot of Republicans in on it too. They're every bit as bad as the Dems. They're every bit as lefty as the Dems are. They just got an R in front of their name. They just pretend. Trying to vote down Trump's emergency on the wall. It's the most insane shit I've ever heard of in my life. The President of the United States doesn't have the authority to control the borders. I guess he shouldn't have an office at all. If he can't control the borders, I don't see a need for it. Just get him the hell out of there. Really, all he does is just sit up there and sign his name? Is that it? Obama had emergency executive orders and this and that all over the place, anytime you wanted. The media never complained about any of it. You know, that's the thing. They would never complain about Obama sending billions of dollars to Iran. None of it. They didn't give a shit. Trump wants a little bit of money to build a wall. They don't want that wall, folks. They want those borders open. They won't just come out and say, we want open borders. It's been obvious for a long, long time. So, you know, where's the country going, man? Where is it going? That's kind of where I'm trying to figure out. What is it even worth? Is there 20 years left? How about that? I got 20 years of work in front of me, probably. And is there 20 good years left in the USA? Hell, I don't know. I don't know. Is there 20 good years here? There's 20 good years left on Earth. According to Ocasio-Cortez, we're all going to be dead in 12 years. Never mind, Al Gore said that, 20 years ago. One thing, I love living in Vietnam because I don't have to wear unders, and I don't have to wear socks, and I don't even have to own a pair of shoes. You can't really beat that. Anyways, Thanks for watching another video. You know, I think I'm going to turn the camera around next time. See how that goes. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, hope you're having a really nice day.